Hey guys, my name is Johnny Judoka and welcome to the video. I know that I've been making a lot of good videos, or not good videos, but a lot of content recently, and I'm trying to be staying positive, but this is going to be a more serious video because it involves two words, psychiatry and pharmaceuticals. Um, I started dealing with what I dealt with when I was 15. And as I mentioned in my insomnia video, my issues were more about insomnia and then developed into the mood issues that I currently have right now. But the thing is, there's a lot of young people who struggle with not just depression or anxiety, but it's illegal to put minors on meds for schizophrenia and bipolar. So, a couple of the patients I met have schizoaffective bipolar, where they were having incredibly disturbing hallucinations since they were like 7 or like 14. So obviously, when they're on these psychotic spells, they have to be on medication. But because of the legislation around it, they can only be on the antidepressants, which often make them more manic. They make them less stable, and then because a lot of these kids don't have resources and stuff, even I struggled with not being able to pay for my medications. I'm thankfully in a position where I'm able to do that now, but the problem is that now that all these kids, they don't have anywhere to go. They end up on the street. They get psychotic episodes, and they get sent to hospital after hospital after hospital after hospital, and they just get sent to group homes, which are horrible. Especially in the area I live in, there's bed bugs, there's drugs, there's people steal your money, and there's not enough infrastructure to help that. Um, at the same time, we have all these pharmaceutical commercials. The United States is like one of two countries where they are allowed to have pharmaceutical commercials. And at the end of every single pharmaceutical commercial, it says, talk to your doctor about getting on this med. And a lot of the meds that are on now are experimental. And they use language like it could prolong a sense of, you know what I mean? Like, it's not solving the issue. It's just maybe it'll help a little bit, right? Um, and so the problem is that a lot of these doctors are paid to push these meds. Um, and if the patients, uh, the meds don't work, right, and they have to keep coming back, that's more money for them on the insurance. When it comes to psychiatric hospitals, the issue is that you have doctors who will prescribe medications, and or they don't give the right meds because they don't talk to them. Like if you're in a psychiatric hospital in Texas, right, you'll probably talk to the doctor for like maybe 2 minutes. They don't actually try to get to know you. They see psychiatry as a math equation. Okay, they present this symptom, and this symptom, therefore this is the med. But the thing is, the human brain is not a math equation. The human brain is an extremely complex organ, and we still don't know like much about it. So it's really frustrating because you have all these pharmaceutical companies that are pushing these new drugs. And yes, medications do work. When they do work, they're amazing. Like I finally found the meds that work. But when you have a headache, you take a leave or something. It should not take you 15 years to deal with this stuff. And also, a lot of these people are misdiagnosed. They're misdiagnosed. They're not treated right. They're sometimes they're sent to jail. So I think when it comes, like, let's say you're dealing with mental health, right, and you're seeing a psychiatrist, the number one most important thing you can do is advocate for yourself. If they are not listening to you, typically if it's like an outpatient psychiatrist, fire them, find another one, because it's better to still struggle with mental health symptoms if you're not suicidal or in any danger to hurt anyone than to have a doctor who just gave you meds that don't work. And obviously that's harder in different parts of the United States. But the thing is that mental health treatment and finding the right med even after 15 years, it was worth it. Worth it. So the number one thing I can tell you, advocate. Don't lie to the psychiatrist to tell them what they want to hear. If they try to stop you, say, no, you're going to listen to me or else I'm firing you. Because if you fire them, that means they don't get money from you from your insurance, right? So it's very important when you're talking to these doctors that they listen to you. They listen to you. And sometimes, like, I had a doctor that actually held me accountable for my behavior. And those are rare to find. But once you find them, okay? When it comes to medications, some might work, some might not. When you're in a psych hospital and they give you medications for a week, the full effects, if they do work, don't kick in until 4 to 8 weeks. You have to stay consistent on your medication. Also, it's really, really, really important that if a medication is not working, but another one is, be aware of that. See how it makes you feel. I know this is a lot of information, but I wish someone told me this when I was, 15 years old. Unfortunately, in the United States, all they do is just push pills, push pills, push pills. But if you have a good outpatient psychiatrist, and there are resources for people who don't have insurance, there are state funded, state funded, public funded clinics for that. That's gonna help. So therapy is a whole nother topic. I might save for another time. But when it comes to these medications, when it comes to medication and dealing with your psychosis or whatever, advocate for yourself. I hope this video was helpful. I wish I knew this stuff when I first started. If you have any kind of questions or comments about any of the things I've said, feel free to leave it in the comments. Thank you so much for watching my video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.